Hello everyone, and welcome back to Elevate English. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's a question that people have asked for centuries.
Yes. Does history really repeat itself? This is something we often hear people say.
Some people believe that history repeats itself. Others think it's just a coincidence.
It's a fascinating question. Let's explore it together.
So let's start with the basics. What does it mean that history repeats itself?
It means that events from the past happen again, sometimes in the same way, sometimes in a similar way.
So patterns repeat.
Yes, certain patterns in human behavior repeat across time.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Wars have happened throughout history. Empires rise and fall. Economic crises happen again and again.
So there are cycles.
Exactly. There are cycles in politics, economics, and society.
What causes these cycles?
Human nature. People are greedy. People are ambitious. People are afraid. These emotions drive decisions.
So history is driven by human nature.
Yes, and human nature doesn't change much over time.
So history will always repeat itself?
Not always, but certain patterns tend to repeat.
Can you give me another example?
Look at economic crises. The Great Depression in the 1930s, the financial crisis in 2008. Similar causes, similar effects.
So we didn't learn from the past?
We often forget, or we think it won't happen to us.
So there's arrogance.
Yes, people think they're smarter than previous generations, but they make the same mistakes.
What about political history? Does it repeat?
Yes, leaders rise to power, they become too powerful, they fall. It's a cycle.
Like the Roman Empire.
Exactly. The Roman Empire was powerful, but it fell. Other empires have done the same.
So we can learn from history.
Yes, that's the value of studying history. We can avoid repeating mistakes.
But we don't always learn.
No, sometimes we ignore the lessons.
Why?
Because people don't like to think about negative outcomes. They prefer optimism.
So we focus on the good.
Yes, we forget the bad.
What about technological history? Does it repeat?
Technology advances, but it can also cause problems. The Industrial Revolution created pollution. Now we have climate change.
So technology also has cycles.
Yes, new technologies create new problems. We have to manage them.
So history repeats in many areas.
Yes, in wars, economics, politics, and technology.
Is there any area where history doesn't repeat?
Some things are unique. Some events are unprecedented. But many patterns remain.
So it's not an exact repeat.
No, it's more like a rhyme. Similar, but not identical.
So what's the value of studying history?
It helps us understand ourselves. It helps us understand society. It helps us make better decisions.
So it's a guide.
Yes, a guide to avoid mistakes.
What about the role of individuals?
Individuals can make a difference. Great leaders can change history.
But they can also repeat mistakes.
Yes, even great leaders make mistakes. That's part of the cycle.
So history is not just about events, it's about people.
Yes, history is the story of people. Their actions, their decisions, their mistakes.
So we can learn from their experiences.
Exactly. That's why history matters.
What about the role of culture?
Culture shapes how history unfolds. Different cultures have different cycles.
So history is not universal.
No. Different societies have different patterns.
What about the role of geography?
Geography also affects history. Climate, resources, location all shape events.
So many factors.
Yes, history is complex.
So does history really repeat itself?
In many ways, yes, but not exactly. Patterns repeat, but details change.
So it's a mix.
Yes, a mix of repetition and uniqueness.
So what's the lesson?
The lesson is to study history. Learn from the past. Don't make the same mistakes.
So we can create a better future.
Yes, that's the hope.
What about optimism? Is that important?
Yes, we should be optimistic, but also realistic. Learn from history, but don't be trapped by it.
So balance.
Yes, balance between hope and caution.
What's the final message?
Warmly. History is a teacher. If we listen, we can avoid mistakes. We can build a better world.
That's a powerful message.
Yes, and that's why we should never stop learning from history.
So we've talked about patterns in history, but is there any way to break the cycle?
That's a great question. Breaking the cycle is possible, but it requires awareness and effort.
How can we break the cycle?
By learning from the past, by understanding why mistakes happen, by choosing different actions.
So it's about conscious choice.
Yes, we have to be aware of the patterns. Then we can make better decisions.
What about education? Does that help?
Absolutely. Education is key. When people understand history, they make better choices.
So education empowers people.
Yes, it gives them the tools to think critically.
What about leaders? Can they break the cycle?
Leaders can if they are wise, but they also need to listen to others. They need to be humble.
So leadership is important.
Very important. Great leaders can change the course of history.
But they can also repeat mistakes.
Yes, that's why they need to study history. They need to learn from the past.
What about ordinary people? Can they make a difference?
Firmly. Yes, ordinary people can change history. Social movements, protests, revolutions often start with ordinary people.
Impressive. So everyone has power.
Yes, when people come together, they can make a big difference.
What about technology? Does it change history?
Technology is a huge factor. The printing press changed history. The internet changed history.
So technology shapes events.
Yes, but technology also creates new challenges.
Like what?
Social media spreads information quickly, but it also spreads misinformation. That creates new patterns.
So history keeps evolving.
Yes, that's the nature of history. It's always changing.
So can we predict the future?
No, we can't predict the future, but we can prepare for it.
So we can be proactive.
Yes, we can plan, we can adapt, we can learn.
What about the role of chance? Does that affect history?
Yes, sometimes random events change everything. An assassination, a natural disaster, a technological breakthrough.
So history can be random.
Yes, that's why it's so unpredictable.
So history is a mix of patterns and randomness.
Exactly. Some things are predictable, others are not.
So does history really repeat itself?
In many ways, yes, but the details are always different.
So it rhymes.
Yes, it rhymes. Similar patterns, but different outcomes.
So what's the most important thing to remember?
The most important thing is to learn. Learn from the past, use that knowledge to create a better future.
So we should never stop learning.
Yes, learning is the key to progress.
What about hope? Is that important?
Yes, hope is very important. Without hope, we wouldn't try to change.
So hope drives action.
Yes, hope gives us the strength to keep going.
So what's the final message?
Concluding, history repeats itself, but we don't have to. We can learn, we can grow, we can choose differently.
If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Share this with someone who loves history.
And remember, the past is a teacher. The future is our creation.
Goodbye and happy learning. Study history, but build the future.
We'll see you next time on Elevate English.